Welcome back, Focus Learners. Let's jump right in, because today we're cutting through the noise to explore a seriously high-stakes intersection. We're looking at the rapidly evolving frontier of artificial intelligence, global cybersecurity, and human decision-making. We're going to see exactly how modern intelligence is gathered, how machines are frankly completely changing the game, and why, ultimately, the human mind is more crucial now than it literally ever has been before. Let's get to it.
To kick things off, I want to start with a cold, hard truth. Intelligence has always been about turning information into understanding. Before we even touch on things like AI or complex algorithms or machine learning, we really have to anchor ourselves in what the fundamental goal of intelligence actually is. It's not just about hoarding data, right? A massive stack of paper sitting on a desk, that's not intelligence. Intelligence is the human process of making sense of all that noise and answering the core question, what does this actually mean for us? But as we're about to see, our modern technological world has made that core mission incredibly complicated.
Because today, the sheer volume of information confronting organizations is, well, it's staggering. We generate more data in a single day than entire previous centuries combined. We're talking about open-source intelligence, the endless, nonstop stream of social media, constant cyber alerts, global news feeds, surveillance systems, precise geolocation data, millions of digital communications. All of this generates absolutely massive amounts of information every single second. Just trying to wrap your head around the volume of data crossing global networks right this second, it's enough to give you a very real, visceral sense of information overload.
And honestly, that brings us to the real modern challenge. You see, finding information, that's not the hard part anymore. It's literally everywhere. The true challenge is the filter. Analysts are expected to sit down and figure out what actually matters, what's genuinely reliable, and what is intentional deception. How do you spot one critical threat anomaly in a sea of billions of routine, everyday digital actions? It's like finding a needle in a haystack, if the haystack was multiplying by the second. Well, the answer to that question is completely rewriting the rules of the intelligence world. Enter the machine mind. AI is stepping in as our ultimate processing engine. It's acting as the crucial first line of defense way before a human ever even enters the loop. To really grasp this shift, imagine a 100-page foreign intelligence report. AI can instantly translate that foreign language material, summarize the whole lengthy text into a tight, digestible brief, identify recurring themes, and even cross-reference it with a decade of archives for complex pattern recognition. We're talking about tasks that previously required days of painstakingly slow manual review by a whole team of analysts, and now they take minutes. It's an absolutely staggering leap in speed and efficiency.
And this creates a brilliant sort of dividing line. On one side, we have the raw, computational heavy lifting, right? Processing data, extracting entities, mapping out link analysis, and detecting anomalies. Then, on the other side, we have the deeply human tasks, critical thinking, assessment, verification, and strategic interpretation. AI basically frees up the analyst from all that tedious manual work so they can dedicate their actual brainpower to nuanced reasoning. Think of it this way. AI gives you the dots, but humans are the ones who connect them to see the bigger picture.
That pattern recognition capability is completely transforming critical global sectors right now. In areas like cybersecurity, fraud detection, counterterrorism, financial intelligence, operational security, AI is the ultimate watchdog. And it never sleeps. It can detect highly unusual behaviors, emerging trends, or hidden communication links across global networks that human eyes alone would honestly almost certainly miss. It can flag coordinated activity, like, say, a really subtle shift in banking transactions right before a cyber attack instantly.
And this is a huge but. As incredible as this new superpower is, it has some fatal flaws. Identifying a pattern is absolutely not the same thing as understanding what that pattern means. This is what we call the synthetic mirage. While AI radically increases our processing speed, it introduces a whole new spectrum of risks surrounding trust, manipulation, and human judgment. For starters, AI systems can generate incredibly convincing yet entirely fictitious outputs. We call these hallucinations. They also inherently carry over whatever biases or blind spots existed in their original training data, and maybe worst of all, they can be confidently wrong. A beautifully formatted, highly detailed AI-generated report can so easily trick a tired human analyst into assuming it's perfectly accurate, and acting on that wrong information, that can have catastrophic real-world consequences. Furthermore, this technology isn't just sitting in the hands of the good guys. We're currently facing a massive surge in deepfakes and synthetic identities. Hostile actors aren't just hacking networks the traditional way anymore. They are actively weaponizing AI to flood the zone with synthetic garbage.
This is specifically designed to manipulate public perception and completely exhaust intelligence teams with automated misinformation and totally fake digital personas. Which leads us to a really critical question. How do you actually verify the truth in an environment that is increasingly shaped by synthetic content? When seeing is literally no longer believing and audio can be perfectly cloned in seconds, how does an intelligence professional definitively prove that a piece of evidence is real? Let me tell you, this isn't just some fun philosophical thought experiment. This is the daily grinding reality for cybersecurity and intelligence teams worldwide right now.
Fortunately, take a breath. We are not flying completely blind here. Recognizing these massive risks, the smartest minds and major international bodies are actively building the guardrails. We're seeing the rapid, real-time development of global AI governance to ensure this powerful technology is used safely and reliably.
What's truly fascinating is how coordinated this global effort is actually becoming. You've got the National Institute of Standards and Technology rolling out vital AI risk management frameworks. Over in Europe, the EU Agency for Cybersecurity is actively publishing threat landscape reports to constantly map out these new AI-driven threats. And organizations like CISA in the US, alongside the World Economic Forum, they're working together to establish broad, global cybersecurity governance. These frameworks aren't just red tape. They are essential tools designed to secure the intelligence frontier and keep the machine mind in check.
But even with the absolute best governance and the most advanced algorithms in the world, we arrive at the ultimate resolution of our explainer today. Despite rapid, mind-bending technological advances, AI still fundamentally lacks true human understanding. Technology is the vessel, for sure, but humanity is the anchor.
Because here is what the algorithm always leaves out: intuition. An AI simply cannot apply ethical or strategic reasoning to a highly complex, politically charged, real-world crisis. And crucially, it lacks operational accountability. I mean, think about it. You simply cannot put a string of code in jail for a botched drone strike or a major cyber counteroffensive. That is exactly why human professionals remain completely irreplaceable. AI can assist the analysis, absolutely, but humans assess intent. Humans understand motivation, asking the critical questions like, why is this adversary acting this specific way right now? And humans alone weigh the strategic consequences. Intelligence professionals bring a healthy skepticism, deep historical context, and actual lived life experience to the table. An algorithm only knows what it was trained on, but a human knows what it means to be human.
So, what does this ultimate modern operational workflow actually look like in practice? Well, step 1. The AI processes the absolute ocean of data, finding those hidden patterns at lightning speed. Step 2. The human steps in to assess the intent and the broader context. Step 3. Synergy. The future of this field isn't full automation. Not at all. It is a necessary, tight-knit collaboration between human and machine. That synergy is what modern intelligence truly looks like. To summarize all of this, AI will absolutely continue to reshape this environment. There's no putting the genie back in the bottle. Systems will become more predictive, way more integrated, and far more automated. But remember this, intelligence isn't just processing data. It's about understanding uncertainty. It's about assessing real risk. And no matter how incredibly powerful the machine gets, navigating uncertainty is a profoundly human responsibility. I want to leave you with one final thought to ponder long after this explainer wraps up. As artificial intelligence becomes more and more human-like in its outward capabilities, are we actually doing enough to preserve the human element in our critical decisions? It's the defining tension of the modern intelligence frontier, balancing artificial power with human judgment. Thank you so much for joining me today, Focused Learners. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I'll see you in the next explainer.